Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm here at SMTAi in Chicago, and I'm joined by Brian D'Amico from Mirtec. Brian, always good to see you.
As always.
How's everything going? What's new? You brought out some new products at Apex, and I think you've kicked them forward a little bit here.
Yeah. At our booth, we actually have an MV6 Omni, which is our inline inspection system, 3D. We also have our MS11E, which is our 3D SPI system. But at Apex, we introduced our prototype desktop unit. So it's called the MV3 Omni. And the MV3 Omni is basically got the exact same hardware as our MV6 Omni and our MV7, MV9, so the high-end systems, we put that into a desktop. So this is very unheard of, right? There's really no other true 3D desktop system out there. So we had the prototype version at Apex. Since then, we have our commercialized version. Sold about 50 of the products, and they're doing very, very well. Still specialized. See, having the desktop unit, there's a couple of things that we've addressed there. One is, if you have an inline system, there's quite a few people out there that really don't use the inline systems for inline inspection. Right. What they'll do is they'll kind of use it as an island, keep it offline. Yeah. Those kind of customers, their production is really better suited for a desktop unit. You get more flexibility, a little less cost, right? Better cost performance, but we still have all the power of an inline system. So we've kind of been able to address that flexibility requirement with our customers. But beyond that, there's also customers that have multiple inline systems from us. But in order to manufacture a program or make an inspection program, you really need to have offline programming, but you need a machine to fully complete the inspection program. So at some point, you've kind of got to break into your line. And if you're truly running in line, that's something bad for efficiency, right? So they can actually take the boards, put it on our desktop unit, fully develop the inspection program, and then migrate that over to their inline systems. Okay. So say for NPI development, right? If you just have a low running job, why tie up your line? Yeah. But if you now get higher volumes of that, then you can take the same program, since it's 100% compatible, and bring that to our inline units as well.
Okay. Okay, so that's really important for people to get that connection between the prototypes and the high volume, and to build out the data in their process. What are you finding that people are demanding in terms of usable data from your product, as well as just the kind of no-go inspection process?
Well, usable data, and what it comes down to is 3D technology, at least Mirtec 3D technology. You're really talking about a measurement tool. So you're measuring everything on the PCB, right? You're measuring the height of the devices, length, width, height. You're measuring offset to the devices. You're measuring lead lift. Also, full solder joint inspection. So the fillet height, those things that would be, say for IPC A610, right? You're going to have a host of different things that you want to be able to measure, and you want that data to be available once again to the user so they can take that and refine their process. Also, Industry 4.0 is kind of a requirement. You need to have all this data from all of the pieces of the line, and need to be able to use that data in order to refine your process. Okay. One of the things that we introduced here that I did want to bring up is on our new systems, what we have is blue moire technology. Okay. So one of the things that I'm seeing is there's kind of a convergence between SMT and wafer level manufacturing devices. So this convergence has been slow coming here, but we see it very prominent in Asia. So we introduced this new blue lighting technology, and what this does is for chips, if you're talking about like these small wafer level devices, they're like mirrors. So the issue that all of these vendors have, right, all the AOI vendors have, is the ability to take and get the 3D information for those devices, because the light basically reflects off of them. Yeah. So now we can get that information, so the coplanarity of almost a mirror-like device. Okay. That information is necessary, all that data is necessary to determine if your manufacturing process is on track or not.
Okay. And that's the technology that's learned from the semiconductor, the wafer market.
Exactly. That's exactly where we got it from. That's exactly where it was. Yeah. That's where we began working on that, but then we also noticed that typical manufacturing right now, we're starting to see that convergence once again. So as that becomes more and more prominent in the US and in Europe, we have the solution ahead of the curve. Mirtec's always done that. We really work hard at having the most technologically advanced systems out there, and being able to address industry requirements before they come to the customer. And here in the States, we're once again well ahead of the curve with this new technology.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to be at a customer and be surprised by a challenge they've got. You want to be there, ready with the solution. Absolutely.
You got to eliminate the oops factor.
That's it. Well, it's certainly something Mirtec has become known for. Brian, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you.